I guess you want to call it a statement game, and it was very, very much that from start to finish for the Knicks as they take a commanding 3-2 lead and then try to wrap this up in six rather than let it come back and go 7 games. But from start to finish, even without the final flourish, uh, this was a Nick night in every way. You went in the game and you knew a couple of things. You knew that Towns would try and early make his presence felt, especially going to the basket, that they would play a good brand of defense, that they would get tough on the boards. And the Knicks, the last 2 games, have played a different brand of basketball. And their defense has been very good. Uh, they shot the ball very well. They shot 50% for the first half. They shot 50% for the game. Um, they really did overall a tremendous job on the backboards. They did a tremendous job on McCollum, who they shut down completely. You know, really, they shut them all down last night. McCollum clearly hurt them and made big shots and gave Atlanta a big push early to win a couple of tight games. But Johnson's been the key for them. And even though he wound up scoring some points, he was tentative. And the Knicks were in command of this one really every step of the way. So this was never a question mark. There's a couple of things with the Knicks that you still want to think about as you look ahead. Now, remember, everybody in the East has their issues. The Pistons, who find themselves, uh, up against it, really just don't. Cunningham comes off the injury, but more than anything else is that they don't have that second scorer. And Harris can't be a number 2 guy. And they really are hurting in that regard. Cleveland has obviously let Toronto back in. The Celtics now make that series annoying because they get beat on a night where they don't make their threes. And, the Celtics are a different team when they don't make their threes. And even though he's not completely healthy, the presence of Embiid, who can score at will, changes things dramatically. So the East remains wide open, and everybody has their issues. Nobody has taken complete command of their series, but the Knicks and Celtics obviously both have 3 wins and are ready to do that. We'll see if they can do that. Now, again, the Knicks up on the backboards, doing what you want to do in every way. So you look at the box and you say, we know what happened, and we know that Brunson went off. But the bottom line is you're getting Towns to play the way he needs to play. In the first half, he had 14 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and that's when this game was over. Brunson had 17, and Cat had 14, 8, and 4. The one thing they haven't done, and they're going to need it if they want to get to where they want to go. They've got to get Bridges back in the fold. They can't. I understand they can think about moving them after the season's over. They can make the changes they want to make, and clearly anything short of a championship will result in this team making changes. I don't think there's any question about that. But they have got to bring him back into this team in a meaningful way. And Brown's going to use his bench. You know that. Early on to a fault, but he's still going to use his bench because he thinks he needs to be able to do that because of the way teams play now. That he wants to at least go a hard 8 and even, a reasonable 9 deep in a meaningful way. And although at times the bench has been, up and down, that McBride and Clarkson and Robinson and Alvarado and even Shaman, who's now not seeing any minutes, are guys that he believes that he can utilize. And guys who can do specific things when they're needed. Anunoby has had a terrific series. Really terrific series in every way. He really has. So is Towns. Brunson is going to do what Brunson does. You know that. Hard has struggled to score, but although tonight was a light night in the rebounding department, he has hit the boards very hard in the series. It's Bridges that you have to be so concerned with and realize that you can't just dismiss them. Not if you want to get to where you want to go. Not if you want to beat the teams that are going to be in front of you and have the matchups you're going to have. Now, Atlanta found a way to be a thorn in the Knicks' side in the series, even to put a little scare into them for a while. But the Knicks have figured that out. And they should be able to just put this away now and get ready to move on to the next round. And tonight was a big statement for that in every way. In every way. It was never a game.